Hey everyone! So there are so many amazing no-code app builders out there that I don't even know where to start. But in this video, I want to show you how you can use Glide, which is one of my favorite no-code app builders, and build a super simple voice note taking app and use some AI to summarize the voice notes. And there are already many AI voice note taking apps, tools that allow you to summarize your meetings. But in this video, I want to show you that it's actually super simple to build your own AI voice note taking app. I'm going to use only the API from ChatGPT. And we use Glide as our preferred no-code app builder. And we're gonna put things together and you will see how easy it is and that it works great. So let's have a look. All we need is Glide. Here I'm already in my voice note taking app that I've built, but we're gonna look under the hood in a bit. So all you need is the API of OpenAI. I'm logged in here with my account. You're going to create your token, your API key, and then you're good to go. All you need to do is to insert your key. So if I go to my Actions tab, then you can see the OpenAI card, and here I can configure things. And basically all I need to do is to paste my API token here, and then that's it. And why we want to connect to OpenAI, it's that we needed to transcribe our voice notes and we needed to summarize it in a way that it helps us. And that is actually the main reason why it would make sense to build your own voice note taking app where you can customize your prompts and you can customize the way the notes are summarized, because things might change very frequently for you. And yeah, I've created this voice note app for myself as myself as a product manager. I have a lot of meetings that I want to summarize. I have interviews with candidates where I don't feel like typing things. I don't really feel like it's a good use of my brain. I prefer to type things when it's about conceptual work or creative work. Then it makes perfect sense. And I actually think we should write with our hands and even better use pen and paper. We know that it's actually good for our brain. But then there are a lot of tasks in your day-to-day job where you might not really get a lot of value out of typing things. And that's why I've created my own little app here to summarize my voice notes. I either do it directly here in this web app, or I take my phone because it's perfectly responsive and I can just hit the button or upload my voice note from the app inside the iPhone, upload it here and then get everything done. I can come here and I can give it a name. So I'm gonna take some notes on our CRM integration, and I've added this record button here. And so you can just go there and let me pretend to record a voice note. All right, so I had a session with our developers today and we discussed our CRM integration. Especially we talked about. So now I took my voice note, and what's happening now is I'm going to show in a minute what is happening here. I got my success message. I can submit it. I can open it, and a few things are happening in the background now. Now I could add a fancy loading animation here, but since it's just for myself, who cares? Yeah, and there it is. So I got my meeting notes now summarized by ChatGPT, and we're going to look at the prompt in a second. So I set it to give it a quick summary in a numbered list. If you detect any open topics, like things we should still figure out and work on, put them in the section open topics. And if there's anything else, put it in other. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so that's about it for the quick demo. Now, if I look under the hood, now here I'm in Glide in my app builder, that's their interface, and you have the section data. And what we need, it's actually just a couple of things. It's actually just three main columns. So what we need is our audio note column, which is a file upload essentially. Then I have a second column called transcript, where if I go in the edit mode, you can see that it's already a given feature by Glide, which is again using the integration with OpenAI, and it's called speech to text. So it's simply take my voice note, turn it into text. So I get the text as an output here in that column. You can see that's the transcript. But now I want to move on and process this transcript. And I have a column here, which is using the template feature. That's just because I'm actually working with dynamic prompts. And so I want to have an overall prompt that is using the text from the transcript column, which I call text here. So yes, that's my output then. So I get my rich text or Markdown formatted summary. Two main use cases I'm covering here right now, and it helps me a lot. One is general meeting notes. So very often I leave a meeting, and instead of writing things down and spending half an hour on like further thinking about it, with the fresh thoughts coming from the meeting, I record things and then it's kept somewhere and it's already summarized, and I can reuse it on other tools like Notion. Another interesting use case that came up lately is job interviews. So we talked with some candidates and we had a whole process in place and a very standardized way how to evaluate the candidate based on different categories. Turned out to be quite some tedious work because I always had to write the bullet points, like format the things. And then you can say, if the voice note is a job interview, you should detect the categories, and you give the categories and you tell the AI to assign all the bullet points to the right category, so that then you can take the text and then put it in your editor and do the improvements there later on. And you can see you have this field here called prompt, and this is why I'm using another template field, because I want to use the transcript as the text. And that's why I have this dynamic prompt, because every voice note has a different text, a different transcript. And so I give it this overall instructions like, hey, this is my long list of things you should do. These are the instructions. This is how you should format the text, and so on. And at the end I say, and this is the text to summarize. And so now I'm using this dynamic prompt in this field here, which is my prompt. I could also just write a static text here. So that's why we have that. Here I select the model, which is just something you can look up on the documentation of OpenAI. And you have a few fields here to play around with, which are probably things you've heard of already. And that's it. That produces my summary in Markdown format that is then presented in the interface. You can see the voice notes here. In order to show you how simple it is to change things and modify your app in Glide, let me give you an example of a feature that I want to add to my voice notes here, which is copying the text to the clipboard so that then I can paste it somewhere else and work on it. So all I need to do is to add a button, which is a component here that I can move around. So now I have the button here just below my short summary. Let's just do some styling here. So the button needs an action. I want to tell it what to do. Let's just change the button label here so it's more clear. Find a copy icon. Great. That's a given feature by Glide. I want to copy the text to the clipboard. And which data do I want to use for that? I want to use my PM summary as the text to be added to the clipboard. And that's basically it. Once I click this button, I know that it's been copied. And that's pretty much it. Again, if I switch to my app here and I refresh, then we have the button here. It's loading my transcript. We have the button here. Now it says copied, and I can bring it to wherever I want to work on my text to make sense of it. And you can add more and more use cases to it based on the type of summaries that you need. And so you just go back to your prompt and you add a section where you say, if you detect this kind of voice note, or if the topic is this and that, then please summarize it in the following structure. Okay, that's about it. That's my super mini voice note taking app using AI to summarize it, and then I can use it in other apps. I want to start giving these mini hacks how I actually apply some tools and no-code apps and AI in my daily tasks, just to be a bit more efficient. So with that being said, see you in the next video where we're going to explore other cool tools and ways how to work smarter. Bye bye.